Hi, and welcome to my midterm report for Educational Technology 650, the internship class. I'm very excited to give this report to the class. My project is on the iPads and integration of them into instruction within education. This was brought on for me working in Lexington School District 1 and each student getting an iPad this coming year. Throughout this midterm report, you will see my mission, timeline, status, and evaluation. You'll understand why I decided to do this project and what steps I'm currently in at this point. The mission of my internship is to produce 5 staff development sessions to teach faculty how to successfully integrate iPads into instruction. When the internship is complete, a staff development session will be available not only to White Knoll High School and my colleagues, but also to Lexington School District 1 so that future teachers will be able to use the iPad in instruction. The goals of my internship is to learn to use the iPad for instruction, develop and create training modules, design assessment for integrating iPads into instruction, implement a gradual release initiative into the training. Learning to use the iPad and the gradual release is something new. First off, I have never used an iPad before or any kind of Apple products. I've watched people use them, but I'm used to Microsoft and Dell products, and for me, the iPad is something brand new. Also, gradual release is an initiative the Lexington County School District 1 has decided to implement for the 2011-2012 academic year. What we are supposed to be doing as teachers is giving students a little bit of information and then letting them teach themselves. It sounds scary at the beginning, and I've seen demonstrations of this done, and the classroom looks very hectic, but it allows students to be able to learn on their own. So what I'm doing for the internship and in my sessions I'm creating is putting this gradual release together by teaching the teachers what they need to do through the program allows them to see how they need to teach within their lessons, and that is how I have centered my training for the iPad inclusion into instruction. All right. Some of the tasks that I'm going to do during my internship is read on current iPad instructional training myself. First off, there is already training out there I know on how to actually use the iPad and how to get it into education. And what I'm doing is basically looking at other people's ideas and what they're currently doing and what's successful, what works, and what doesn't. So therefore, I'll be able to help the other faculty who are in my department and in my school be able to implement the iPad into their instruction. Also, I'm writing objectives what I want the learners to learn about the iPads and use of instruction, what we as educators in Lexington School District 1 need to know to be able to teach our students. Also, I'm making 5 staff development sessions on implementing the iPad. Currently, these are still in progress. I've gotten the first couple of ones done. I really know what I want to do, but I need to get it written up to be able to make sure that our faculty knows what they need to so that we can be successful when these iPads go into the hands of the students. Also, I'm making an assessment for the learners and teachers to show what they have learned within the sessions themselves and how they're going to use the iPad in their instruction. Part of the assessment that I'm having them do is to create a couple of lesson plans for using the iPad. This can also be used for GBE goals, which is goals-based evaluation that all educators have to do with the State Department of Education. Here's the timeline that I'm currently working with. It spans through 5 different segment weeks. First 2 weeks was brainstorming, which I have pretty much already completed, the development phase, the trial, and presentation. Brainstorming is just getting basic ideas. The development is currently where I'm at right now. As we can see, with brainstorming, what I did with that is basically got ideas together, tried to understand what I want to do and how I want this course to be executed. With brainstorming complete, as you can see in green, we're now moved on to the development stage, and that's where I'm currently at right now, is developing, trying to get these courses down, trying to understand, asking other faculty kind of what they want, just verbal conversations, what they don't understand. It's really taking those ideas, because if you hear from one faculty member, you basically heard from a lot of them within our school, and by doing that, it just helps me to be able to kind of get an understanding. And also, I've read other places where faculty, what they didn't understand is I'm able to implement that into my own learning courses. I did not do a survey from the teachers at that point. that there are mixed emotions on this iPad within our school district itself, and so therefore I do not think that would be the best results. But by talking to people and just getting ideas from them, that seemed to be the best resource right there. In the future, within the next couple weeks, I'll be working on trial and presentation, getting ready. Basically, I'm going to trial run. I've already done one lesson with a teacher already to see how it worked, and some things worked, some things didn't. But I'm going to do some trial runs with people in my department on my hallway to see how these sessions work. And also, within weeks 9 and 12, get the presentation phase ready to submit to our technology integration specialists and our principals saying, here's a course that we are going to do within the spring. And within weeks 9 to 12, I have basically are showing what is going to be done within the spring semester when this course is taught. So far, now that it's halfway through the class, there's a couple things I learned. First, start off, this won't be so bad. But it's not as easy as I thought. Basically, trying to stay on schedule while learning the iPad is a little difficult. We have the iPad itself I'm learning things by just playing around with it really and reading on the internet. It's totally different than I thought it was. I really concern myself as an educator with hoping that my students will be able to take their notes on it. I teach an end-of-course class, which is United States history, and my students really do need to take notes, and I really hope that the iPad, which I have learned, has the capability to take notes on it in an easier way. And I think it's learning about the iPad itself is what one of the hardest things is. Also, I'm really looking forward to this final product being out there and the implementation of it in the spring with the other faculty members where we'll actually get to see this course put into place, something that I do. That's what I'm really looking forward to. But I think right now the hardest part is learning about the iPad itself and learning how it can actually be implemented. But it's really good. I'm enjoying this so far, and thank you for paying attention to my midterm evaluation.